really don't think it has that much to say. The Splintered Mast Tavern. That must have been a pretty huge shark.
Shark? Those aren't shark's teeth, Gilbert. Those teeth are from a giant pufferfish.
A giant pufferfish?
Yep, they're very rare.
How did you catch a giant pufferfish?
Luck, mostly. I used jumbo shrimp for bait.
They're not marked, but I think they're filled with... yuck! Gorgonzola! Hello, old man.
Well, hello, Gilbert.
Know any other good stories?
I know lots of stories. But I'm feeling a bit tired now, Gilbert. Maybe I can tell you them some other time.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Gilbert.
I don't think that would accomplish anything. I can't use that by itself. I don't want to cut that.
Extra, read all about it!
Yes. No. Okay. But... no. No.
I don't want to cut that. If I had a bigger nose, a robe, a crown, and something to make me look bigger, I'd look just like the king. I can't use that by itself. I don't want to cut that. Sergio, hard at work. Well, maybe not hard at work, but somebody has to sit there and connect the calls. Sergio, do you have a minute?
Minute? All anyone ever wants is the time. I'm not a clock. Do I look like a clock to you?
Actually,
I answer before you speak. No.
but I was about to say you have a timeless sense of fashion.
That I would have allowed you to say. I am so tired of being asked always over and over repeatedly for the time.
Get any obscene calls lately?
You mean people asking what kind of underwear I have on? Heavy breathing, rude noises, derogatory remarks, comparing parts of my anatomy to chickens, reading excerpts from banned books and describing outlawed Bartholomeus manure paintings?
Yeah.
No, I haven't had any calls like that.
Tough day, Sergio?
Imagine the most difficult, the most draining, the most incredibly tiresome thing that you have ever done.
I once sat next to Louise at a festival supper.
Then you have a very good idea just how tough my days can be.
Okay, bye, Sergio.
Yes, it is true.
This should come in handy.
Hello? Hello? I cannot hear you. Speak up. It is like there is nobody there. This is no good. What do I do? The telephone is no longer operational. No one can reach me. No one can make any calls. I think it is time for a nap.
I don't want to turn any more cranks. It's the crank that, makes the switchboard work. I think I'll leave that job to Sergio. I don't know how he can stand being stuck behind that switchboard all day. Hi, Vandersteen. Vandersteen!
Oh, hi, Gilbert.
You've got to help me.
What is it?
The mushroom was stolen and my grandfather's in jail.
They're actually trying to blame Abraham for this. How can people get so worked up over nothing at all? They act like that mushroom is the most important thing in our lives. So it really was stolen then? Well, it's about time we got rid of that silly mushroom.
Come on, I've seen how much you like eating mushroom soup at the festival.
That's the only good thing about the festival. People start bringing out the really good food. And that's what mushrooms are good for. Eating. If your grandfather wasn't in trouble over this, I'd want to find that thief who stole the mushroom and shake his hand for forcing Phungoria to finally get over it.
But what are they going to do to my grandfather?
I don't know. But I doubt it could be anything too serious. Then again, taking a festival away from lazy folk is like stealing a meaty bone from a starving dog.
I need enough large traps to catch a herd of invisible elephants.
A herd of... Gilbert, I've never heard of such a thing.
Well, it's true. A herd of invisible elephants stole the mushroom, not my grandfather.
A herd of invisible elephants?
A herd. Okay, perhaps this herd of invisible elephants didn't actually steal the mushroom. But it's possible, isn't it? I mean, you can't really say you didn't see them since that's the point, they're invisible. If people see a whole bunch of elephant traps lying around, they might be more inclined to believe it's true.
I think you'd better find another way to help your grandfather.
So, you're saying you won't make the invisible elephant traps then? I need a big axe that can cut through prison bars.
Now that would be a foolish thing to try, lad. The sheriff isn't the kind of man you want to be upsetting right now.
Did I say prison bars? I meant poplars. I'm going to cut some firewood.
Good, because there is no way an axe would cut through the prison bars.
Well, how about a file then? It doesn't have to be in a cake.
No.
A crowbar?
And what would you do with your grandfather after you bust him out of jail? No, Gilbert. He'd only be caught again. And so would you for liberating him.
But I have to try.
I'm sorry, lad. I can't have any part of it. There's nothing I can do.
Do you think you could make me a mushroom figurine?
Possibly. What do you need it for?
Well, they can't keep my grandfather in jail if the mushroom is returned. Do you remember what it looks like?
I'm not wasting any metal so that people can have their blasted excuse back.
Not even to get my grandfather out of jail?
If I thought it would work, lad, I'd do it. But there's no way I can make a mushroom out of steel that would fool anyone.
Why not?
It would take a master of metalwork to craft such a thing. I don't know anyone who could do it, least of all myself. And I'm not just banging my own steel when I say I'm one of the best smiths in the land.
I'll get back to you on that. Quick, make me a sword.
Hold on there, lad. What you going to do with a sword?
I'm going to find me some justice.
Justice isn't found at the end of a sword, Gilbert.
going to slice up some cheese and apples.
Well, you hardly need a sword for that.
I'm going to carve a roast?
You're not fooling me.
I ran out of safety razors?
No swords, Gilbert.
I'm going to shish kebab a mushroom thief.
Don't you have to find out who did it first?
Well, sure, but I need to be ready when I do.
Sorry, Gilbert, but I'm not making you a sword.
Why not?
For starters, I don't have the time right now. But even if I did, you'd only get yourself into trouble. So I won't make you a sword. There's not much I can do for your grandfather, but I can do that.
You're right. I don't need a sword. I can take out that thief with my bare hands. What are you working on?
I'm making some tools for the carpenter. He has a new apprentice, and he doesn't want the boy dulling the edges on his good tools.
What kind of tool is that you're working on now?
It's a blade for the carpenter's plane.
So he's a flying carpenter then?
Do you mean that big, flapping, gliding thing that Elton almost killed himself with? Only a fool would want to travel like a bird. Men are meant to have both feet on the ground, I say. No, I meant a carpenter's plane, a tool used to shave thin layers off wood.
Oh. My, that's a nice hammer you have there.
Yes, it's one of the first tools I ever made.
How did you make it if you didn't have a hammer?
Oh, I used the hammer of the mastersmith for that. Making this hammer was what proved me ready to be a smith. Until then, I was just an apprentice.
That's it? That was your test? Shouldn't you have made something more difficult, like a suit of armor or something?
Well, there isn't much need for a suit of armor around these parts. And making a good hammer takes a lot of skill.
Is it heavy?
It has to be. It won't do much good.
Can I have it?
No.
You look busy. I'll come back later.
I am busy, Gilbert. A real man doesn't just look busy.
I'll try to remember that.
A real man doesn't bother trying. He just gets the job done.
Okay, bye now.
You consider my words, lad.
Can you say workaholic?
Did you say something, son?
Just how much I admire your work ethic, sir.